Lord, we thank you for our togetherness. We thank you for this fellowship. We ask you to speak to us, and may you bless each one. May your good and perfect will be done in our lives. We commit everything to you, Father, in Jesus' mighty name. Kilala natin si Joseph, the dreamer. We know the story. It's one of my favorite Old Testament stories. You know that it has all the element of drama and suspense. Joseph was sold by his brothers to slavery. Yung parang imposible na. Sarili mo mga kapatid, he was sold to slavery. So, batang-bata pa siya, a teenager, what many people now would call a teenager, he was taken to a foreign land. Nadala siya sa Egypt, away from his family, away from his culture, away from probably even his native language, away from everything that he knew life to be. And then, hindi naman siya nagpunta doon para bakasyonista. He was sold as a slave. Joseph, pinagsilosan siya ng kanyang mga kapatid, so they decided parang get rid of him, sell him. So a caravan was passing by, binenta nila, nadala sa malayong lugar. So he was sold to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials. At least, naging slave man lang siya ng may kinalaman sa high-ranking government position. Hindi naman na slave na siya na kung sinong trying hard lang. At least medyo big time yung amo niya, si Potiphar. So the Lord was with Joseph, according to the Bible, and prospered his work. Everything he did, prospered. So kung yung may ginagawa siya, pati yung trabaho ng amo niya, yung negosyo ng amo niya, yung mga bahay ng amo niya, umasenso ng umasenso. Dahil binebless siya ni Lord, nadamay tuloy yung amo niya. But a big test and a big temptation awaited Joseph. Kaya ang pamagat ng ating pag-aaral ngayon na maiksi, Joseph and Mrs. Potiphar, or making a stand for purity. Let's read Joseph's story. Genesis 39, verses 6 to 10. Now Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of Joseph and said, "Come to bed with me." But he refused. "With me in charge," he told her, "my master does not concern himself with anything in the house. Everything he owns he has entrusted to my care. No one is greater in this house than I am. My master has withheld nothing from me except you, because you are his wife. How then can I do such a wicked thing and sin against who? God." And though she spoke to Joseph day after day, he refused to go to bed with her or even be with her. So yan yung storya. So Joseph was well built and was very handsome. So ito naman si Mrs. Potiphar, walang ginagawa araw-araw. And you know, because Mr. Potiphar was captain of the Pharaoh's guards, so he was always away on duty. Laging wala, nagbabantay sa Pharaoh. Sometimes the Pharaoh would go on state visits. Sometimes the Pharaoh would go on extended picnic or hunting trips. So kasama lahat ng bodyguards. So Mr. Potiphar will not be home for several days on stretch. So Mrs. Potiphar began to notice this slave who was working in their house. And she would always tempt him. "You come to bed with me." And it was so easy. Why? Because he was already inside the house. Hindi na nila kailangan maghanap pa ng kung ano-anong sulok-sulok, gilid-gilid. No? Dahil nandun na mismo sila sa bahay. Wala naman yung amo. Siya naman tong general manager ng bahay. Pwede niya utusan lahat ng katulong. Maglabasan kayo, bilangin yung mga buhangin sa labas. They have the time. They have the space. So it was something very difficult to refuse. Why? Unang-una, it was a command. It was the command of the mistress of the house. Say, "Come to bed with me," she says. Tapos, siguro naman hindi pangit yung babae na yon because mataas ang rango ng kanyang asawa. You know, the Egyptians are known for their cosmetology. Lahat ng makeup nila, perfume, mga katas at siguro mga dakta ng cactus, ginagawa nilang perfume, etc. So, she must have been very, very attractive, and she kept on speaking to him day after day. If you could resist a temptation for one time, take 2 times, 3 times, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days tuloy-tuloy, you've got to be a very strong man to be able to refuse. But Joseph refused. In fact, Joseph refused even to be with her. Pag pumasok siya ng bahay, labas siya. Pag lumabas siya doon, pasok siya. Basta ayaw niya that they are sharing the same space. So let's keep on reading. Genesis 39, 11 to 15. One day he went into the house to attend to his duties, and none of the household servants was inside. She caught him by his cloak and said, "Come to bed with me." But he left his cloak in her hand and ran out of the house. When she saw that he had left his cloak in her hand and had run out of the house, she called her household servants. Look, she said to them, this Hebrew has been brought to us to make sport of us. He came in here to sleep with me, but I screamed. When he heard me scream for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house. Sinungaling pa, no? Si Mrs. Potiphar. So what happened? Mrs. Potiphar forcibly caught Joseph's garment. Nakakita na ba kayo ng itsura ng mga suot ng mga lalaki sa Egypt? Parang kaprasong tape. Na yung parang nasa sauna ka o nasa gym na magsa-shower ka lang. Yung kaprasong manipis na nakatakip lang dito. No? May konting belt. That's all they wore in the heat of the desert. So Mrs. Potiphar, hinablot niya, hawak niya ngayon. So Joseph ran out, leaving his designer garment in her hands. And then Potiphar cried, rape! Kasi hindi nabili eh. Hindi siya napansin. Galit siya, napikon. So sabi niya, rape! Everybody came in, umimbento siya ng istorya, re-rapin daw siya. Genesis 39, 16-20. She kept his cloak beside her until his master came home. Then she told him this story. That Hebrew slave you brought us came to me to make sport of me. But as soon as I screamed for help, he left his cloak beside me and ran out of the house. When his master heard the story, his wife told him, saying, this is how your slave treated me. He burned with anger. Joseph's master took him and put him in prison, the place where the king's prisoners were confined. Well, you know the rest of the story. Ang ibe-bless nga naman ni Lord, blessing talaga. Kasi, una, he was sold to slavery, but then he was brought to Egypt. He was brought to Egypt. Ang nakakuha pa sa kanya at nakabili sa kanya na amo, captain of the Pharaoh's guards. Kaya nung nagkaroon siya ng problema sa kanyang amo, ikinulong siya sa prisoner where all the employees of the Pharaoh are kept. In other words, ang mga naging kaselda nitong si Joseph sa loob ng prison were also working for the Pharaoh. At isa doon yung Pharaoh's cupbearer, tagadala niya ng kanyang inumin, at baker, yung kanyang panadero. To make a long story short, later on, mapapawalan itong dalawang ito, and one of them will tell Pharaoh about Joseph. Would be recruited by the Pharaoh into his service, and one thing leads to another, and Joseph becomes prime minister of Egypt. But that's not our story. Our story is how Joseph stood up in spite of all of these temptations. So Mrs. Potiphar deceived Mr. Potiphar. Siyempre naman, nagalit yung asawa. Pinaniwalaan niya yung asawa niya. Itinapon niya ngayon si Joseph into prison. But it was the king's prison. Only the prisoners belonging to the household of the Pharaoh or to the household of those working closely with him went to that prison. Kung minsan naman hindi mga criminal yung nandun, parang may offense lang, konti, disiplina doon ilalagay. It became a blessing for him. That was Joseph's story. But what about our story? What about your story? Well, just like Joseph, you are beautiful and handsome. You know, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are desirable, you are useful, you are usable. Therefore, Mrs. Potiphar wants you. Whoever Mrs. Potiphar may be. Mrs. Potiphar may be people, may be things, ideas, or activities. Gusto kayong rekrutin. And these are activities that will make you betray God, or Mr. Potiphar, meaning man, which could be your parents, your family, or your friends. In other words, like Joseph, may naa-attract sa inyo. Merong gusto kayong kunin, gusto nila kayong rekrutin, gusto nila kayong kuhanin, isali sa kanilang ginagawa. Siguro ito ay tao, siguro ito ay isang bisyo, siguro isang masamang gawain, pero gusto nila kayong hilahin. Hilahin para magtaksil kayo sa Diyos. Kasi sabi ni Joseph, how can I do this against God? Kasi alam niya, kung binetray niya yung trust, cooperate siya sa gusto mangyari ni Mrs. Potiphar, then first and foremost, he would be sinning against God. And he would be sinning against a man, Mr. Potiphar. So ngayon, may mga nagkakagusto sa inyong gusto kayong magkasala rin kayo sa Diyos o magkasala rin kayo sa tao. Whoever Mr. Potiphar is, Maybe nga parents nyo, maybe kaibigan nyo, maybe kapatid nyo, family, whatever. But you are to be like Joseph, firm and godly. Joseph's imprisonment led to his fortune. Remember this. Pag gumagawa kayo ng mabuti, kahit parang ang biglang effect parang hindi laging obviously mabuti. In fact, kumisan parang masama. Nagpakabuti na nga ako, masama pa yung nangyari. Ginawa ko na nga yung tama, ako pa yung nagsuffer. Remember that God is a God of justice. Na kahit anong gawin ninyo, alam nyo ng Diyos, good will always be rewarded and evil will always be punished. Sometimes it is not as quickly as men would like it to be, but it always happens. So ano ang pakialam natin sa storyang ito? Meron. If you're going to think of yourself as Joseph, kumisan siguro, some of you were sold to slavery also. And I don't mean real slavery now. Probably you have felt betrayed or abandoned, left alone, unloved. But just like Joseph, rely on God. Hindi naman siya nagmukmok, hindi siya nagdramang bukid, hindi siya nagdabog dahil nangyari sa kanya yon na yung mga kapatid niya binenta siya sa slavery. In fact, nung nabenta siya sa slavery, he did his best, he performed his best, kaya ang nangyari nga, he became very excellent. God blessed him. Kahit ano ang situation niyo ngayon, and some of you might think, hindi ako mahal ng parents ko, parang si Joseph, hindi ako mahal ng mga kapatid ko, kawawa naman ako, inaapi ako. Always do your best. Because when you do your best, the worst won't happen. When you do your best, good things come your way. Because God is a God of justice. Laging may katarungan ang Diyos. So kung ito ang ating background, you feel betrayed, you feel shortchanged, some brothers or sisters are more privileged than you, or some other young people in another house, in another community, seems to be more privileged than you, don't fret. Just keep on doing your best. Because when you do your best, God will bless what you do. And in time, the blessings of the Lord will be very apparent in your life. Magiging obvious that God is blessing you. But you've got to rely on God, be with God, and you should continue to be righteous and good. No other way, but blessings will come to you. That is, if you identify as a Joseph. And everybody can identify with him. Lahat naman may mga pain, may sorrow, may mga injustice na nangyayari sa ating buhay. But he kept on doing his best. And be very faithful to God and be faithful to people who trust you. Tulad nun, sabi ni Joseph, how can I do this? Your husband trusts me. Ibinigay na niya nga sa akin lahat ng mga position dito. Ikaw lang ang ibinigay kasi wife ka niya. Tapos gagawin ko yun. I cannot do that. So don't betray people's trust. Especially positive, good people. Like parental trust. When your parents trust you, don't betray the trust. Hindi yung pinag-enroll ka, yung pala, ang dami-daming kickback. Kunwari, laboratory fee, etc., etc., no? Tapos libre ng libre. Dahil pag enrollment, mucho-mucho mga estudyante. Ano kaya ang mga ginagawa nilang mga kupit sa enrollment? Kasi pagka-enrollment, kumikita lahat ng mga malls, ang lahat ng mga kainan, pati motels, nagkakapuno-puno. Grabe. Surplus na pera ng mga estudyante. O kaya, yung pala nag-enroll ng 3 unit. 3. Araw-araw wala sa bahay. Yung pala kung saan pumupunta, akala ng nanay gagraduate na. Irregular sophomore pa lang pala, 5 taon na. Do not betray trust. Magla-library po ako. Yung pala kung saan-saan sumusuot ng mga gilid-gilid. Trust is important. You know, godly people, godly young people, don't betray the trust entrusted to them. Because the authority of God is delegated through our parents, through our guardians. Trust is important. Don't break it. Be a Joseph. Kahit may opportunity to do wrong, kahit pleasurable to do wrong, Joseph decided to keep himself pure. Naalala ko tuloy yung isang Filipino na naging Mr. International. Have you heard of him? Basa niya sa dyaryo. Sino nakabasa, Messi? 1. Ilan na? 1 lang nagbabasa ng dyaryo. Sino pa? Dumami na tuloy. Okay. There's this Filipino who joined the Mr. International contest. Nanalo siya. Tapos, sabi niya, I'm a virgin. Para si Madonna, no? Sabi niya, I'm a virgin. Kasi daw Christian siya. Well, whatever, kung ano man yung dino-join niya na fellowship, we're not endorsing. But the point is, meron siyang pananindigan na meron siyang spirituality na kailangan niya maintain. And the guy had photos in the newspaper, very good looking. You know? Temptations would come left and right. Lalo ngayon, titlist pa siya, title holder. Tapos sabi niya, no, my body is a temple of the Holy Spirit. This is international, hindi lang sa kung saan-saan. So, he's going to redefine what it means to be good-looking and wants to be in and hip and winner and pure. That's important. That's important to keep in our minds. So, be a Joseph. Make a stand. So, nyo, mahirap kasing gumawa ng stand for good. Mahirap din gumawa ng stand for wrong. Pareho lang yung mahirap. Doon na lang tayo on the side of God. Ano pa? Pwede nating malaman? Do not be a Mrs. Potiphar. Baka naman kayo pa ang nang-tempt ng kapwa nyo. Nagpapakabuti na kayong kapwa nyo. Hindi, okay lang yan. Ikaw pa yung yaya ng yaya. No? Sa halip na ikaw ang Christian na magyayaya sa mga kaibigan mo at mga non-Christian friends, ikaw pa tong number 1 na nagpo-promote ng kung ano-ano. So don't be a Mrs. Potiphar. Don't be a tempter. Don't be a temptress. And this time, temptation doesn't mean only sexual temptation, but all kinds. Baka ikaw pa yung nagyayang, alika, cutting classes muna tayo. Gimmick tayo. Samantalang may klase. O ano, kopyahan tayo. Exam week ngayon. No? Pati pasta ng ngipin, may kodigo. High-tech ang mga cheating ngayon. So, kailan kayo magpapaka-Kristiyano? Diba? Saka, ganyan mga point, napaka-importante to make a stand. To make a difference. So, do not be a Mrs. Potiphar. And also, do not be a Mr. Potiphar who was gullible. Ang dali-dali niyang nauto ng kanyang wife. Hindi na siya nag-investiga, hindi niya hinanap yung truth, naniwala na siya agad. Kasi, siguro meron siyang affection sa kanyang wife, close sa kanya, naniniwala siya agad. Kaya kayo huwag lalong naniniwala agad kung may affection kayo. Lalo yung affection nyo, mga kung ano-anong crush, boyfriend, girlfriend. Huwag kayong naniniwala agad kasi siyempre uutuin kayo. Lalo mga boys, uutuin kayo ng mga girls. Hindi ka na, mag-date na tayo, sige na. Pipilitin ka ng girls, akong bahala, ililibre kita. Sabi naman, guy, ayoko kasi yung puri ko, hindi bali, akong bahala. Oh. So, kailangan mag-ingat, no? Oh, boys, pag-ingatan nyo ang mga girls. Girls din naman. Mag-ingat, huwag kayong papauto. Birthday ko ngayon, sabi ng boyfriend, halika na sa lodge. Ano ako, cake? Pang birthday. Valentine's Day ngayon, halika na sa kung ano-ano. Di ba, patunayan mo sa akin na mahal mo ako. Bumenta na yung style na yan. No? So mga girls, huwag kayong tanga. Huwag kayo pa magpapatunay na mahal nyo nga siya pagkatapos pagbibigyan ninyo. No? Kailangan hindi tanga. O mga boys din, sabi mo ganyan, huwag kang tanga. Kasi baligtad ang mundo ngayon ha? Pag gumagawa ka ng mali, in na in ka, cool, hip, ganyan. Pag gumagawa ka ng mabuti, ikaw tong kontrabida, ikaw tong nachichismis. Nabaligtad na yung mundo. But you know, Christians, dapat tayong matalino. Lalo kayo, young people, dapat head over this, ha? Magpakatalino kayo, hindi puro emosyon. Puro mga, I won't last a day without you. Naku, marami nang nagsabi niya, di yan totoo. Tubig nga, mabubuhay ka ng 3 araw na wala No? Huwag kayong masyadong emosyonal. Kasi pag masyado kayong emosyonal, madali kayong madaya. Emotional blackmail ang mangyayari. Kailangan wise. Diba? Gamitin ang utak. Kailangan gamitin ang utak. Huwag kayong magpapauto at huwag kayong magpapadala sa mga magaling magsalita dyan. Do not be gullible. Do not be careless. And do not allow yourself to become an instrument of the devil. In other words, be firm. At pag may nagyayaya sa inyo sa likod-likod ng kortina, ano sasabihin nyo? Ayaw. Dapat. Yan ang sinasabi natin. Pag may sinasabi sa'yo, hoy, lumapit ka. Ayaw. Halika muna, mag-cutting class tayo. Ayaw. Di ba? Mag-cheating tayo. Ano sabihin nyo? Ayaw. Promise, ha? Halika muna, magpasyal tayo sa amin sa sa ganyan, sa ganon. Kunwari may field trip, mangongolekta tayo ng mga kabibe for biology class. Ano sagot? Ayaw. Dapat. Ano ka? Sinaswerte. Ayaw. Dapat yan ang sinasagot. Alam nyo kung ayaw ang sagot nyo, hindi kayo mapapahamak. Hindi sa magulang yung ayaw Mag-aral ka na, ayaw. Sabi ng teacher, isubmit na ang term paper. Ayaw. Pasok na tayo. Ayaw. Gimmick tayo. Nasaan? Ganon. Kaya nagkakagulo-gulo ang mundo. So remember this story. Remember Joseph. Yung mga story yan, sinulat, hindi naman yan third person Hindi yan second person. First person yan. It's I. And sa inyong case, it's you. Yung storya na yan, storya natin. Kasi nangyayari pa lahat. Kailangan matuto tayo sa ganyan mga instances.